Hello, design enthusiasts! Welcome back to Home and Harmony, where we transform ordinary spaces into extraordinary sanctuaries. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of steampunk design for your home office. If you've ever dreamed of working in a space that feels like it belongs to a Victorian inventor, you're in for a treat. This industrial meets vintage aesthetic combines brass fixtures, exposed gears, and rich textures to create a workspace that's both functional and fantastical. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. We've got so many inspiring ideas coming your way. Let's gear up for this creative journey together. Steampunk design is all about imagining what the future might have looked like through Victorian eyes. Think brass pipes, copper accents, and mechanical elements that tell a story of innovation and craftsmanship. This aesthetic draws inspiration from the Industrial Revolution, celebrating the beauty of machinery and engineering. The key is balancing ornate Victorian details with raw industrial materials. Picture rich mahogany wood paired with weathered metal or delicate clockwork alongside sturdy iron fixtures. This juxtaposition creates visual interest and depth, making your office feel like a distinguished inventor's workshop. Understanding this balance is crucial for creating an authentic steampunk atmosphere that inspires creativity and productivity. The steampunk color palette revolves around warm, earthy tones that reflect aged metals and rich woods. Deep browns, burnt oranges, and copper tones form your foundation, while brass and bronze accents add that essential metallic shimmer. Think about the patina that develops on aged copper. Those beautiful blue-green undertones can be incorporated through subtle accent pieces. Dark forest greens and burgundy reds work beautifully as secondary colors, evoking the luxurious fabrics of the Victorian era. Avoid bright, modern colors that would break the illusion. Instead, embrace the muted, sophisticated tones that suggest history and craftsmanship. These colors create a cocoon-like atmosphere that's both energizing and contemplative. Your desk is the heart of your steampunk office, and it should make a statement worthy of a master inventor. Look for pieces with visible hardware, brass corner protectors, or leather inlays that speak to craftsmanship. A roll-top desk with multiple compartments perfectly captures the steampunk aesthetic while providing practical storage. If you're working with a modern desk, consider adding brass corner guards, vintage-style drawer pulls, or a leather desk pad to transform its appearance. The key is choosing furniture that looks substantial and well-crafted, with details that suggest mechanical precision. Wood species like walnut, mahogany, or oak work beautifully, especially when they show natural aging or patina that tells a story. The perfect steampunk office chair combines comfort with character, featuring rich leather upholstery and visible mechanical elements. Look for chairs with brass nail heads, tufted leather, or vintage-inspired swivel mechanisms. A classic banker's chair with green leather and brass studs embodies the steampunk aesthetic perfectly. If you prefer something more substantial, consider a wingback chair in cognac leather with brass corner details. The key is finding seating that looks like it belongs in a gentleman's club from the 1800s. Don't sacrifice comfort for style. You'll be spending hours in this chair, so ensure it provides proper support. Vintage-inspired desk chairs with adjustable heights and swivel mechanisms offer the perfect blend of period charm and modern functionality. Lighting is crucial in a steampunk office, where the goal is to create warm, inviting pools of light that feel both functional and atmospheric. Edison bulbs are your best friend here. Their warm glow and visible filaments perfectly capture the industrial aesthetic. Consider desk lamps with brass or copper finishes, especially those with articulated arms that suggest mechanical precision. Pendant lights with metal shades or exposed bulb fixtures add vertical interest and create dramatic shadows. Table lamps with brass bases and warm-toned shades provide task lighting while maintaining the period feel. Layer your lighting with multiple sources at different heights to create depth and avoid harsh shadows. The goal is to achieve that golden, workshop-like glow that makes you feel like you're in an inventor's private laboratory. Storage in a steampunk office should be both practical and visually compelling, using materials and designs that enhance the overall aesthetic. Vintage-style filing cabinets with brass hardware provide secure document storage while maintaining the industrial look. Open shelving made from reclaimed wood and black iron pipes creates display space for both books and decorative objects. Apothecary jars and brass containers organize small items while adding authentic period details. Consider repurposing vintage suitcases or trunks as storage pieces that double as conversation starters. The key is choosing storage solutions that look like they could have been found in a Victorian workshop or laboratory. Everything should have a purpose and tell a story. From leather-bound portfolios to brass letter holders that keep your workspace organized and inspiring. Your walls provide the canvas for your steampunk transformation, and the right treatment can transport your office to another era. Rich, dark colors like deep burgundy, forest green, or charcoal gray create an intimate, cozy atmosphere. Consider adding wainscoting painted in contrasting colors to create visual interest and period authenticity. Exposed brick, whether real or faux, adds texture and industrial appeal. For a more dramatic approach, consider installing tin tiles or embossed wallpaper in metallic tones. The key is creating depth and visual interest without overwhelming the space. Remember, your walls should complement your furniture and accessories rather than compete with them. Dark colors make brass and copper accents pop beautifully, while textured surfaces add tactile interest that invites closer inspection. The decorative elements in your steampunk office are where the magic really happens, transforming a simple workspace into an inventor's laboratory. Vintage brass instruments like barometers, compasses, and telescopes add authentic period details, while serving as conversation pieces. Clockwork mechanisms, whether functional or decorative, celebrate the precision engineering that defines steampunk aesthetics. Consider displaying vintage maps, scientific diagrams, or patent drawings in brass frames to add intellectual appeal. Brass candlesticks, even if you use LED candles, create warm ambient lighting and period atmosphere. The key is choosing pieces that look like they could have been tools of a Victorian inventor or explorer. Each element should contribute to the overall narrative of innovation and discovery that makes steampunk so compelling. Successfully integrating modern technology into a steampunk office requires creativity and attention to detail. Consider housing your computer monitor in a vintage-style frame or adding brass corner guards to give it period appeal. Cable management becomes an art form. Use brass or copper tubing to route cables, turning necessary wires into decorative elements. Vintage-style keyboards and mice maintain the aesthetic while providing modern functionality. For your smartphone or tablet, consider stands made from brass or copper that look like scientific instruments. The goal is to make your technology feel like it belongs in the space rather than fighting against the overall design. With thoughtful integration, your modern tools can enhance rather than detract from your steampunk atmosphere. Textiles play a crucial role in softening the hard edges of industrial design while adding warmth and comfort to your steampunk office. Rich leather in deep browns or burgundy tones works beautifully for chair upholstery, desk accessories, and storage solutions. Wool throws in tartan patterns or deep, solid colors add cozy warmth during long work sessions. Consider window treatments in heavy fabrics like velvet or brocade that block light while maintaining privacy. Area rugs in Persian or Oriental patterns ground the space and add visual warmth to hard floors. The key is choosing textiles that feel substantial and well-crafted, with rich textures that invite touch. These soft elements balance the hard industrial materials and create a workspace that feels inviting rather than cold or sterile. The art in your steampunk office should reflect the spirit of innovation and discovery that defines the aesthetic. Vintage scientific illustrations, botanical prints, and mechanical diagrams work beautifully when framed in brass or dark wood. Consider creating a gallery wall of pocket watches, brass instruments, or vintage photographs that tell a story of exploration and invention. Maps, especially those showing trade routes or scientific expeditions, add both visual interest and intellectual appeal. The key is choosing pieces that feel authentic to the period while reflecting your personal interests and passions. Mixed media pieces that incorporate actual gears, clockwork, or brass elements can serve as focal points that really drive home the steampunk theme. Remember, every piece should contribute to the overall narrative of your space. Plants might seem contrary to the industrial steampunk aesthetic, but they're actually essential for creating a balanced, livable workspace. The key is choosing plants that complement rather than compete with your design scheme. Ferns and other Victorian-era favorites work beautifully in brass or copper planters. Air plants displayed in glass globes or brass terrariums add green elements without requiring traditional pots. Consider herbs like rosemary or thyme in vintage-style containers. They're both practical and period-appropriate. The containers are as important as the plants themselves. Look for brass, copper, or aged metal planters that enhance your overall aesthetic. Plants not only improve air quality but also add life and energy to spaces that might otherwise feel too rigid or museum-like. A truly immersive steampunk office engages all the senses, and scent plays a crucial role in creating authentic atmosphere. Leather-scented candles or diffuser oils evoke the rich materials that define the aesthetic. Woodsy scents like cedar, sandalwood, or tobacco create warmth and depth. Consider brass or copper oil diffusers that look like scientific instruments while filling your space with inviting aromas. The gentle sound of a brass or copper desk fountain can add ambient noise that masks distractions while contributing to the overall sensory experience. Even the textures you choose, from smooth brass to rough-hewn wood, should invite touch and exploration. The goal is creating a workspace that feels so authentic and immersive that you can't help but feel inspired and creative every time you enter. Maintaining a steampunk office requires special attention to the unique materials that define the aesthetic. Brass and copper elements need regular polishing to maintain their warm glow, though some patina can add authentic character. Leather accessories benefit from conditioning to prevent cracking and maintain suppleness. Wood furniture should be treated with appropriate products to preserve its rich color and prevent damage. The key is understanding that some aging and patina actually enhance the steampunk look. You're not aiming for pristine condition, but rather authentic character. Regular dusting keeps gears and mechanical elements functioning smoothly while preserving their visual appeal. Consider this maintenance routine as part of the ritual of working in your space, connecting you more deeply with the craftsmanship and attention to detail that defines steampunk design. Creating a steampunk home office is more than just decorating. It's about crafting a space that inspires creativity, celebrates craftsmanship, and transports you to a world where innovation and beauty intersect. Remember, the best steampunk spaces evolve over time, so don't feel pressured to achieve perfection immediately. Start with key elements like lighting and color, then gradually add brass accessories, vintage instruments, and mechanical details that speak to your personal style. The most important thing is creating a workspace that makes you excited to sit down and tackle your projects. If this video inspired you to embark on your own steampunk adventure, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and subscribe to Home & Harmony for more inspiring design ideas. Until next time, keep creating spaces that spark joy and fuel your imagination.